I gotta list 10 items real quick at least. Take a picture of 10 items and get out of here from my office and head back home because my tail light is out, so I gotta take care of that tomorrow morning. So let's just list some items real quick. Got this cool tap out shirt at the bins. What do we talk about? Actually, it's crazy that we just sit in the bins, or maybe even if you just sit at the racks. Like, we just sit at the bins for hours on end. In my head, maybe I actually only think about this because I'm in the bins and during rotations. I have more time to think between rotations, but I just realized how much time I'm spending looking for inventory. Especially on like inventory I'm not guaranteed to get. Because when you're at the bins, especially like as a clothing reseller, a lot of people already know like the go-to brands. It's not like you're guaranteed to get a Carhartt jacket or like the Lululemon, the Miss Me's, the go-tos that everybody knows. It's just really crazy that how much time we spend there. Like, I think my Goodwill is from 8 to 4. I think 4 is the last rotation. So how long is that? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 hours. 8 hours. If you decide to stay those full 8 hours and you get nothing, you just wasted 8 hours. And to me, after realizing how fast time actually goes by, 8 hours is a lot of time. I haven't had a day where I came back with nothing in a long time, but that's also because I'm like very, what's it called? I'm going to leave with something. Like, I just have so much faith that I'm going to leave with something and find the stuff that I need to carry on my business. But there has been rare times where I actually left with nothing. Like, the whole day I bought nothing, and I'd rather leave with nothing than buy bad items or an item that's gonna make me feel good in a moment. And then when I go to take a picture, I'm like, what am I doing? Why did I buy this? But back to the whole time thing, it just blows my mind. Literally, once again, how long we stay either sourcing, or I think it hurts. Actually, no, it hurts more. Actually, no, it feels worse when you spend those 8 hours and then maybe you could have actually like hung out with your like mom or something. I go see my mom from time to time. I could go see her more, or maybe my other family members. When I sit in the bins and I sit there for 8 hours and I leave with like 2 things, that's when I'm like, wow, am I a douchebag? No. Recently, if I'm being honest with you guys, my grandma got extremely well. My grandma had a stroke. In doing this, I don't even like blaming it on this, but because really it's me. But me putting this business first before everything. Because I'm thinking in my head, I was like, I got time. Nothing's going to happen. I got time. I can do that next week. I'm going to schedule that next month. Even though we live in the same city and we don't live far apart from each other. I mean, Jacksonville's a big city, but we're probably like 20 minutes away from each other. But my grandma's been wanting me to visit, and I just kept pushing it off to the side. She had a stroke. And I was like, okay, let me go see her. Let me slow down and let me go see her. Well, she can't move the right side of her. All right, so I go to the hospital. She can't move the right side of her body anymore. I'm like, that's pretty sad. But she could still hear me and comprehend what I was saying and everything as I talked to her. And she looked at me and we talked for a few minutes, and she was like, oh, well, she started to tear up a little bit, and she's like, rightfully so though. She started to cry a little bit. Not even a little bit. She started to cry, okay? And she was like, now you chose to come see me. And I was like, yeah. I hate blaming this because I literally could have went to go see her. Like, this is not going anywhere. But I always feel like I'm trying to go above and beyond for the business or for content. So I shrug things off because I'm like, this can wait, but can it really? Like, how much time do we actually have? And I know some of you guys, and I know that some of you guys probably aren't like religious and stuff like that. But I also think this is like this type of stuff I think about, like, because I have so much time to think during rotations. Like, what if we had like passed away, and then you get like a little scoreboard, and you get to see like how much time you spent on things, like being on your phone for one. I had to delete Instagram. I always re-download it because I want to let people know that I dropped the video. But I deleted it because I was spending so much time scrolling through Reels. I knew it was bad. It got to the point I was scrolling through Reels while I was driving. But imagine dying and then you get to see a scoreboard of how much time you spent on certain things. And it shows you like the amount of time you spent in a thrift store. Just like camping. Once again, nothing wrong with that. Everybody does that. Especially at the bins. That's just how it works. But like, if you got shown that time, would that time actually make you feel good? Would you be like, every single moment in that thrift store was totally worth it? All right, I can't lie. I got to crank it up a little bit. I got to crank it up. We're getting too deep. I got to crank up the speed here before nighttime arrives. That's another thing I like about this place. It doesn't have windows, but then I think about it, and it doesn't have windows. So I can't tell, like, what time of day it is. I like it not having windows because I have nothing to distract myself. Like, I can't look out the window and stare at people walking by or, like, the birds chirping, which I think I need with my ADHD. But yeah, like I was saying, like, and if you got up to heaven or wherever, they showed you the time you spent on your phone on just doom scrolling or just watching Netflix. Would you be proud of that number? Dying again. Forgetting to keep this thing charged. I think that we all have the thought, especially with reselling, thinking it's going to be like this get rich quick scheme. Like, at this point, I have a comfortable amount where I can pay my bills, keep on buying inventory and stuff like that. But I don't know why. I feel like back 4 years ago, I thought I was going to be filthy rich by now. Like, stupid rich. I have to question, did I put in the work to be stupid rich though? Probably not. Actually, not even probably not. I know I didn't put in the work to be stupid rich off of reselling. So that ties into the time thing where if, say for example, my grandma, when I'm like, I'm going to put that to the side. Grandma, I hear what you're saying. I hear that you want me to come visit you, but I ain't got time. I'm trying to chase this money. But when I get rich though, I'm going to make it up. Trust me. So this took a lot longer than I thought to get rich. But that's not saying that somebody else can't come in. That's not saying somebody else can't come into reselling and get extremely rich in 4 years. It is possible. Especially with the right systems and the right amount of just knowledge and connections and working to get those connections. That's why I think the resellers that tell it to you straight is the ones you should watch the most. Ones like you guys should know, like Tech and Sports. I remember when I first saw a Tech and Sports video, and he was like, if you join eBay thinking it's a quick, rich, get rich quick scheme, you are in the wrong niche. Please leave my video. And I was like, wow, this guy's so honest. I like his attitude. And then it turns out that he's also in Florida. And then since then, I ran into him like a couple of times, actually. Shout out Tech and Sports. All right, we're in the car now. So hopefully the sound isn't too bad as I'm driving. But I feel like I almost ended on like a sad note. I'm not sad, I'm not depressed. What I'm really trying to get at is I hope that you all are spending hours doing what you really want to do. And some things, of course, some things withhold us from doing what we really want to do with our hours, like 9 to 5s. Or even if you're hanging out with people that you don't even want to hang out with anymore. Or even if you feel like you've grown past of what you've been doing for a while, like those hours aren't adding up to its worth anymore.
Or even just not doing it, just stalling your hours. Like maybe you really want to start a YouTube channel. The hours that I put in on my YouTube channel has all added up to 20,000 subscribers. And me being able to make money off of YouTube because of the hours that I put in to content. And I don't regret it at all. Putting in we used to be putting in our hours to things that we will not regret. We have to sacrifice hours, flip them around, spread them out. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I feel like you guys get it. I don't even know. Say if your friend wants to go party, get lit, and you know that's gonna be like a 6-hour thing. Will you regret those hours? Or will you enjoy those hours? Those 6 hours living it up with your friend at the party? Could those 6 hours have gone to what you truly care about? From whatever goals you have and whatever you want to be? Because I drift and list every single day, okay? I definitely could have seen my grandma at least once a month. Come on. And the only scariest part, not trying to scare anybody, but the only scariest part is not knowing when this is all over. But also imagine it being over and you sit there and you're like, wow, I really never did that thing. I never put any hours into that. And I thought about it every single day. It slipped my mind every single day. And there was something I was putting my hours into that really wasn't worth it. I want you guys to put your hours in where it counts. That is all from me. I love you guys.